Hello everyone, it's Luphisra here. I'd like to play more Nairi Rising Tide. I'd like to explore this new area. It's a lot brighter than the rest of the area. Holy fuck, are you Noora? Messenger. It's been a while since I've seen one of your kind. Have we met? You look awfully familiar. Of course, you're Emperor Noora. Yes. Step closer, messenger. I'll share my wisdom as befits your kind. Right. It's an honor to meet you, your highness? Don't bother. No need for formalities. Not anymore. I guess not. You seem, more frightening than our king. I don't think he's seen much in the way of hardship. Hardship? Once long ago, hardship was all we ever knew. Tribes dotted the great desert then. An era of division and war. My army would unite these tribes. Most were not prepared. Those who joined lived. Those who resisted. These conquests, however, a mere means to an end. The subjugated tribes were now my people, and together we could establish a city for all. The city of Noora. As its new emperor, it was my responsibility to maintain peace and prosperity. With my closest brothers of war, my friends, Solai and Lunai, we established the Saluna Council. That's neat and all. Look, not to be rude, but I really need to get out of here fast. So, can you help me? The guardians of the council kept my rules steady and just. The city of Noora thrived, as did our technology. The origin of these visions, that is. It all started when this girl was born. Saluna, her name was. She was named after our much beloved council, see? And she had powers beyond our understanding. Before long, the masses worshipped her like a goddess. Our scholars looked into this phenomenon. You must be quite familiar with Valier by now. I suppose so, yeah. Valier is energy. No, our very life essence. And Saluna was able to sense it, control it. In a way, Valier is who we are. Our knowledge, our memories, our very being. This energy leaves our body after death. However, scholars succeeded in preserving it. Valier crystals, vessels for our very souls. Yeah, look, that's super deep and all, but I really need to get out of here, alright? My friend needs me. I don't have time for a lecture. But you're a messenger. Isn't knowledge why you're here? At the very least, you ought to learn about the creature. Hold on, creature? Wait, that crazy old tortoise also mentioned creature. That creature is the very reason this vision was created. Unlike those Saluna worshipping cowards, I refuse to relinquish hope down in that tower. That wretched tomb. No, I would rather take my chances out in the great desert. Attempting to escape the great storm. It hadn't quite hit us yet, but one could feel our tides turning. Eventually, me and my loyal followers, we managed to climb out of the raging sandstorm. And just then, right as we scaled the summit of that nearby mountain, I witnessed it. Our beautiful city of Noora swallowed into the maws of a gaping sinkhole. And out of that sinkhole, there it was. The creature rising out of the sands. As it had lain dormant right underneath our feet for eons. Are you serious? The storm picked up. We couldn't go on any longer. I was at the end of the path I had chosen, yet a final decision remained. I would sacrifice myself, preserve my Valier, so that future generations may learn the truth. But wait, let me get this straight. There is some giant creature and it's right underneath us? Whether it's still there or not, I cannot say, but yet better make sure. I need to ask something else. I've been seeing things in this vision, things that I shouldn't, that aren't part of your memories. I see. Do you see your friends, your family? Listen carefully, messenger. By experiencing my vision, You're attuning to my veilleur, my knowledge. This is why you understand Noorian I speak. Messengers differ in their affinity for knowledge. For most, language is conferred rather easily. Less instinctive knowledge, however, is usually imparted through personification. Personify what now? You're not making any sense. Nairi, I'm not really here. Rather, with the knowledge my veilleur bestows upon you, you're able to project my presence here. Imagine it, if you will, as if you're the architect of a lucid dream. You can't be serious. I mean, I can't be imagining all this. Right? Think about it, Nairi. How could I possibly know your name? Because you are the architect of this vision. How else could we possibly have this conversation? I am dead. This is a bit much. Although, I guess that does explain how people that I know can be in this vision. But does that mean I can bring anyone into a vision? Such control must be difficult to achieve. And why would you want to? Never mind, it's silly. I just miss them. I'm not a messenger, Nairi, but perhaps you should try. Now, excuse me, messenger. Allow me some time to look over my beautiful city while I can. Learn the Song of Longing. Oh, that's for my parents. The tomb on the other side. I mean, the plaque on the other side, not the tomb. Not the tomb yet. Okay, so back to the other location. All right. So it's a vision at the same time it's a dream? But it's confusing to me, but it's okay. It's okay. Time for some music. This is the longest yet. She missed her family, of course. I'm thinking this place is like a memory palace. Probably. So it's past memories, future memories, just memories of like all the messengers, I guess. Or anyone who's like has veilleur in their souls who left behind. Oh, Mom, Dad, I meant to see you sooner. I'm really trying. But it's difficult. Are you still alive? No, don't go. Wait. No, I won't give up on them. Don't worry. Mom, Dad, I'm coming for you. Okay, I can go out of here. Okay. Are we still alive? Is Rex still alive? Is Shiro back? Did he save us or something? I'm so confused, yeah. Okay, we're going up an escalator? This is the brother. Oh yeah, the brother. Shiro. So we're playing as Shiro again? So he's hesitant. He's hesitant. No, because he does want to be good, I think, Shiro. But he's confused. He's confused. Is that it for this game? That is it for this game, apparently. What the fuck is... That's it? That's it. This recording is 10 minutes. I thought there would be like more gameplay after this. We're not done yet, right? Is this the more gameplay? Please tell me there's more. Okay, I feel like there's more. Okay, there's more. If that was the end, I would have been upset. I can go this way. I can only go this way, apparently. Okay, there's a huge fucking storm. Okay, what? Let's go here. Okay, I can't really do much, but just go wherever the game wants me to. Okay. So the game's leading me somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Is that the cathedral? That looks like the cathedral. This is the cathedral. It's destroyed. Fire. So she's going down into the hole. Whoa. These are the ruins of the city, man. That's the monster. Oh, that's the sinkhole. That's where Noora was. Oh, fuck. That was horrible. That is horrible. Is that Noora or Shirin? Okay, now I think it's Noora. What the fuck? Is that an anteater? That looks like a gigantic anteater. Does that not look like a gigantic anteater to you? So it's not an anteater, it's a human eater? What? I thought it would be a serpent or something, but that's just a gigantic anteater. That's a fucking huge anteater. A giant pangolin. Okay, yes. That was fucking huge. Is that it? Is that really it? What? That's it. That's it, guys. That's it. Really? That's the end already? Let me see. That is the end. That is the end. What? What? That's the end already? Okay, let's look at this. It's her story. Okay, well, to be honest, I've never told anyone my story before. Makes me feel kind of self-important, you know? But I'll try my best. So, my name is Nairi. Me and my parents lived in the rich district. Well, we used to anyway. My father, Noel, he's the Lunar Council Master. Right, a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But the Lunar Council is a big deal. Together with the Soul Council. Well, let's just say they govern Shirin, our oasis city. Anyway, one night my parents got arrested. They were set up. But why and by who? If it wasn't for Sammy, my tutor, well, who knows where I'll be right now. With his help and Frederick's, I managed to flee Shirin and escape the royal guard. Frederick's got a transportation business, you see. I expected him to take me somewhere safer than Shirin. Little did I know he planned to take me into the desert, or the Great Desert as we call it. I still don't know where he planned to take me. Could it have been the mysterious city of Noora? Oh yes, that's right. Noora is another city in the Great Desert. But only the obscenely wealthy may enter. Even amongst the elite in Shirin, Noora is shrouded in secrecy. Regardless of where I was being taken to, the convoy was ambushed by a gang of cat bandits. Yes, I didn't see that coming either. I was so afraid. They said they would hand me over for ransom. Luckily for me, they're more soft-hearted than they first appeared. Aw, Omar! I miss Omar. We didn't get to see the cat bandits again. I really wish they appear in the third game. Please. I like them. We even became friends, and I stayed at their hideout for quite a while. Sometime away from Shirin would keep me safe, I figured. I even got my hair cut, can you believe it? But I was so worried about my parents, I just had to try and find them, rescue them if need be. And so I returned to Shirin, and with my new cat friend's help, of course. They even pointed me towards a friend of theirs, Rex. He could help smuggle me past Royal Guard district borders. Of course, he lived in the poor district, in a rowdy pub called the Wild Duck at that. I didn't exactly fit in, let's say, but I eventually found my way to Rex. He wasn't quite the hardened criminal I expected. Rex actually considered himself an ex-gangster. And more than that, he was big of a geek, or scholar as Rex would put it. He is obsessed with Shirinian history, especially the Tower of Shirin. He even took me there actually, the very same night I met him. It was my pendant he was really interested in, and it opened a path leading beneath the tower. It went along with all in exchange for his help. I needed him to smuggle me back into the rich district, you see. But that night everything changed. Part of it was the excitement, the freedom. My father sheltered me from the world, relentlessly so. But more importantly, I was told I'm special. That I am a messenger. I know, this must all sound insane. Just let me back up a bit. And please don't think I'm crazy, alright? We entered the hidden passage, leading beneath the tower, and we found all these remains of people of a civilization. The ancient Noorians, buried right beneath our city of Shirin. Noora, their city was called. Right. Just like the mysterious city in the Great Desert. A remarkable coincidence, or are they related somehow? Either way, it's true. Long before Shirin, ancient Noorians lived right here. They were the ones who built the Tower of Shirin. It was meant to be a time capsule of sorts, to warn us. Or rather, to warn me, specifically. My pendant, you see, reacted to the mysterious crystals beneath the tower. They spawned visions, not unlike dreams, and allowed me to commune with the ancient Noorians. One of them, kind and humble, explained all this to me, that I was a messenger. Rather than just leaving written warnings, they thought someone alive could prove more persuasive. And that's that. I'm now a messenger. A living remnant of Noorian memory, a walking, talking warning sign of the inevitable calamity. What calamity? Right, good question. The Great Storm. That's what the ancient Noorians called it. I'm not exactly sure what it is, and since I'm dreaming all of this, who would even believe me? Either way, I didn't get much of a chance to ponder any of this. I got kidnapped, again, by two of the most wanted individuals of the poor district at that, the White Mask and his accomplice. They were brainwashing people in the district to become fervent followers of the Saloon of Faith. That's right, brainwashing. A mysterious power to be sure. The Saloon of Faith, well, it's the de facto religion of Shirin. But the Saloon of Faith has waned over the years. The White Mask didn't like that one bit, I suppose. Either way, Rex and I escaped their creepy basement. The next morning, Rex admitted that, well, he had no idea how to smuggle me into the rich district. Which lead us to a deal with the devil of sorts, the Batil gang boss. Asthma, known for cruelty, and a penchant for vengeance, not to mention really rude. In exchange for her help, we were to find her a ring from the Zakat gang boss, a rival gang. Problem was, Rex used to lead that gang. That's right, Rex was once the boss of the Zakat gang. So you see, heading into Karim's territory, the current boss, it wasn't exactly on Rex's bucket list, to put it lightly. This is the previous games. I guess they're giving you a summary if you need it before playing this game. But since, why not? I'm just going to read it anyways. Luckily, we were to just find the ring, not steal it, as I didn't want any trouble yet. To help get Rex and me into the Zakat district, and frankly keep tabs on us. We were accompanied by Asma's right-hand thug, Sayo. As rude as she appeared at first, I could sense something was off about her. Anyway, we found Karim's secret stash. But the ring was nowhere to be found. Rex refused to give up. I was touched. He really wanted to help me get home. And I needed Asma's help. Who else could smuggle me into the rich district to my family? Rex insisted Karim must have the ring, and that Rex robbed him. But we promised Asma to stay away from Karim, to not cause her any trouble. Rex figured Asma didn't need to know, and if everyone kept quiet, how could she? Of course, Rex never really intended to rob Karim. Instead, he planned to bargain. He just didn't want to worry me. Unfortunately, Esma and Karim cooperated. For once, they now both had a bone to pick with Rex. Karim took Rex's place during a mutiny long ago and banished his cat-bandit friends to the Great Desert. As for Esma, she really didn't like Rex going against her wishes. But how did she know? Well, you probably guessed by now. Saya betrayed us that night, although she wasn't given much of a choice. Asma was Sayo's only source of medicine, you see, and Sayo's uncle, her only family, relied on it. And now, while Rex was gone, I got yet another visit from the White Mask. This time he came alone, and without any intention of kidnapping me. In fact, he wished to smuggle me into the rich district. A surprising offer, to say the least. To persuade me, he offered to save Rex from Asma and Karim. He was keeping an eye on us and knew about the ambush. I felt the only real choice was to accept. I needed a smuggler and for Rex to be safe. Besides. And so the White Mask barged in violently, giving Rex a chance to escape with the ring. Indeed, Rex realized the ring bore Noorian markings. After we met up, he translated them. They were instructions from the messenger for me to, witness the heavens or climb this tower of Shirin as we took it. Shiro didn't object for long. Oh, right. That's what the White Mask called himself. Now, the Noorians, they could do all this fancy stuff, right? Magical machines, visions, and more. All thanks to this energy they harness, Vair. Apparently, messages can also harness this energy. That's what the ring tried to tell me. Vair concentrates high up in the sky, you see. After climbing the tower, I could actually feel it. I managed to enter another vision, but this time a more powerful one. Within the vision, I actually met the deity of Shirin, goddess of the Selena faith herself. That's right, Selena spoke to me, and what she said shook me beyond anything else I've learned so far. Selena was a normal woman, once long ago, a simple Noorian citizen. But after people discovered what she could do, that she could touch, feel, manipulate Vair, the Noorians started to deify her. I don't know how to pronounce that word, I'm sorry. And of course, over the edges, their beliefs informed our religion. Sadly, she couldn't tell me how to store up the Great Storm, only that she believed it's a form of corruption. Honestly, I have no idea what that actually means, but you can be sure I'll find out one day. Either way, we had little time to contemplate any of this. Remember the White Mask accomplice? Well, she followed us. Or rather, she followed Shiro, and his name, Shiro, it suddenly felt so familiar. Anyway, Hisa. That's what Shiro called her. Hisa seemed so hurt, betrayed, and Shiro on his part looked frightened or ashamed even. These two didn't leave on good terms, that much was clear to me, and would also become very clear to Shiro. Hisa, she pushed Shiro off the tower. As his mask flew off, I suddenly realized this wasn't just some random poor district boy. Finally, I realized it was the Shiro. Shiro, son of Shirin. Son of the Soul Council Master, as I am daughter of the Lunar Council Master. I'm not sure about the Soul of Faith, but could such a meeting of faiths be mere coincidence? And Shiro's sudden death that night, it bewildered me, as it still does, as much as our fateful meeting. As for Hisa, she left as suddenly as she arrived, like death itself. Afterwards, Rex and I stayed at the tower for a while until, much to our surprise, Saya appeared alone. She insisted on helping us escape Aspen's raft. Even Rex could tell that her eyes showed nothing but sincerity. She led us to her uncle's home, her home. Before we knew it, she smuggled me into the middle district. Phew, I think that's just about everything. That took a while, didn't it? You're a good listener. And you know what? Next time we meet, I'll be sure to tell you more. And that is the part of the first game. So, for those of you who forgot what happened in the first game, that was the summary of the first game. And obviously, we just finished the second game, which left on a cliffhanger as well, as it does with this series. There are only 2 games on this series. Maybe the plot continues in the next one. Yes, there's going to be a 3rd game. Hopefully, because if they stop here and the story doesn't end, I'll be so upset with the developers. Now, I know this is an indie series. From what I know, what I've seen on Reddit, only 2 people are working on this series. A couple. So they're working on this series together. And they make this game from scratch. So it will take a while before the next game comes along, I'll say. Because it took a couple years after the first game, then the second game was released. So it will take a while for sure. And I'll say, here, I know the developers probably won't watch this, but if you are, you know, for some reason, if you come across my video and you're watching this right now, please, for the love of God, change the story with Shiro, okay? You already made the mistake of making his story be very similar, in fact, almost exactly the same, with the exception of a few changes, to Zuko's story from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a really recent like series as well. It haven't ended yet. It's still ongoing. They're still coming out with new stuff and a live action series. Like, it is a bad choice on your part to make it so that Shiro's story is so similar to Zuko's story. I'm sorry to say. That is like minus points on your part. I really thought they went a different route. I was not expecting the whole confrontation. Like, they really did the same thing with like Azula in like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where she suddenly shows up, you know, and then Zuko goes to her side. Like, same thing, right? You know, like Shiro's brother shows up, and then he goes over, and then just that's a bad choice, man. Like, really, like the amount of similarities in that section is, it's concerning. Because I'll say this, I know it's only 2 people working on this, but I can see a lot of like real life inspirations that they used in the game. For example, Pompeii, the whole like disaster thing. Again, the 3rd game is not out yet. We don't know the actual story of what happened with Noora, but for the most part, the story that what we know of for now, Noora is very similar to what happened to Pompeii, which, good inspiration, I guess. It's I like the history of Pompeii, actually. It's very fascinating. So hello, Ghostly Ozzy. I just finished the game. I just finished the game. But yeah, so there's that with Shiro. So I'm hoping developers would take a different route, that maybe like Shiro had some other plans. Maybe like he, no, there's something gonna be different about his story. Please don't go down the Zuko route. Like, again, you know, like, you still have time a little bit to make changes. Uh, you know, like, really, I wish. Also, you need more a good explanation, because in the beginning, like in the first game, and then in the beginning of the second game, they made it so like the messenger is like kind of like a seer, or you know, or rather someone, you know, like Phoebe from Charmed, where she had powers that could see the past, right? I don't know what do you call a person who could see the past instead of the future? I don't know, but you know, like, she could see the past, communicate with previous messengers, learn from them and everything. That's the whole vision thing. But then towards the end of this game, they said that it was dreams. So it's not really a vision. More like it was like Nairi herself controlling said vision, like a lucid dream. So it's not really a vision. Or rather, it's a vision and a dream at the same time. It really doesn't make sense. Like, if it's a vision, then it should just purely be a vision. Like, you're actually communicating with like the remnant, which I would personally think it as like a memory fragment or a soul remnant, like of the memory of that person. Like, and talking to that fragment of them, that remnant. Because if they preserve that remnant, that soul fragment in the crystal. Yet, the way Emperor Noora put it, it makes it as if like that's not really the case, because Nairi is controlling the vision, so to speak. So he's not really there. So it made it sound like his spirit fragment like was not really there. It's just Nairi projecting it, like using her powers and projecting him to be there, which kind of doesn't make sense. So I feel like developers need to explain it properly. Like, is it actually a vision or not? Is she really seeing the past and learning from these previous people about like what happened in the past, so she could prevent it from happening in the future to her city? Or is it just her imagination going wild because she had so much happen to her and she just needed the escape? No, because she does have these magical powers. So is she just projecting everything? It's not real at all? Or is it actually like her getting like clairvoyant visions from people of the past warning her about danger that's to come? Like the writers, I mean the developers have to decide on that. They have to make it clearer. Like don't it's for now it's just very like murky. Which again minus points. Okay, you didn't do a good part in explaining that whole thing. And it's not I don't like that really. You have to decide it's either one or the other, man. Okay? It can't be both. And so, yeah, I did enjoy playing the game for the most part. It is frustrating with all the puzzles. A lot of them are very confusing. Especially and specifically the puzzle tower, which technically is a temple, but I call it the puzzle tower because that puzzle tower took me like what 5 hours to get through. It's impossible. It's like insane that literally that was the most frustrating part. That part almost drove me insane. Okay? But overall I did enjoy the story. It's I will say I will take some points off from the game. And I understand I've seen some reviews of people saying that this game's not as good as the first one, and I can understand why. I will say in terms of story, although we did learn much more about the backstory and everything, and I did enjoy learning about Shiro and, you know, seeing his side of the story, his family and everything, I will say the first game is better. The first game is better. Because in the first game, it feels to me more like a completely original story as compared to the second game, where there are many times where I felt like took references or inspiration from real life like shows and history and whatnot, which I understand why, because there are a lot of times where people who write stories, they would make and take inspirations from that and refer that, you know, like even J.K. Rowling did it, but they made it kind of too similar, so to make it really obvious, at least to me. So that's some points taken off, I guess. Although, again, this game is made by 2 people only, so it is a 2-person studio. But still, I think there could be improvements made, I guess. Which, again, this game ends on a cliffhanger. So we don't exactly know the full story yet. And, we need to know more. So hopefully they don't take too long with the third game. Although I know it's just 2 people working on the game, so it will definitely take a while, but I'm hoping not too long. Maybe what, 2 years, I think. Hopefully in about 2 years we can get the third game and actually finish the story. Because it's taking too long, you see. I mean, you still haven't gone to her parents yet. And it's also really frustrating because the parents, Nairi's parents are still caught. And then we saw the corruption of Shirin. He got his way. And then, yeah, the whole thing with Shiro. I want a good ending, man. I want Shirin to be jailed for his crimes. I want someone better than the fucking emperor to be ruling, because he's a fucking incompetent piece of shit. And I want Nairi's parents to be safe and free, and of course I want Shiro to see the light. Okay, don't make mistakes, man. Shiro, I like you. I like you with Nairi. You still have a chance, boy. Okay, just see the light. Zuko did, and he became part of the Aang gang, so you can too. But yeah, that is it for 90 Rising Tide. Oh boy. With those of you watching on YouTube, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Which, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have caught up with all the video uploads from a YouTube channel. Pretty much. So, all my video uploads currently is until about like the first week of August. I think it's like a 4th or 5th August or something like that. And I don't know if I have any videos after that. Actually, so let me look at calendar a little bit. Hold on. Let me. So, okay, this upcoming week, you still get videos. But next week, though, hopefully I stream enough so that I got videos to post on every day of the week. Because otherwise, you're going to be not having videos. But, well, you guys don't have to worry about that. Just to let you know. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching on YouTube. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.